Hey guys, welcome back to Lawn Lessons with Jordan. We're out here in the summer heat. We're gonna be talking about how heat affects your lawn, its thickness, how it's looking overall, what you can do to help it. Let's dive in. As we're walking here, we can clearly see here that the lawn is starting to become stressed out, and when it becomes stressed out, it's gonna start losing that chlorophyll green color that it produces, basically conserving all its energy to survive. So basically it's gonna be going dormant. It's gonna be turning like this tannish, grayish color. It's almost gonna look like it's dead, but it's really not. The crown is still alive on that grass type, and when it does get water, it's gonna return back to its normal color. As we continue walking, we can see other issues associated with lawns and the heat. Now right here, we can kind of see this lawn is starting to thin out from that heat stress. Because it's not getting the water it needs and that sun is beating down, that grass is naturally gonna thin out and die, unfortunately in some cases. Now when that happens, weeds are gonna continue to take over in those thin spots. Right here, we can kind of see we have crabgrass starting to develop in those thin areas. And eventually this crabgrass is gonna choke out your good grass and create even bigger patches once that crabgrass dies off with the first winter frost. Now let's talk about some watering techniques you can do to help your lawn out during the summer stress. A lot of people think watering 3 times a day is ideal, probably for 15 to 20 minutes a zone. That can actually be a bad thing because sometimes when you're watering in the heat of the day, that water is not going into the soil root layer. It's only becoming on that top inch. So therefore you're not getting a full watering of that lawn. It's actually evaporating from that heat. In the summer, you want to have your watering be deep and infrequent, which means you want to do it about every other day to every third day, 30 to 40 minutes a zone. Therefore, you're really getting that deep water penetration in that soil, at least 4 inches down, and it's not evaporating. The timing on that is you want to do that very early morning, let's say between 2 a.m. and 7 a.m. You want it before that heat starts to heat up that grass, and therefore that water is not going to get absorbed. You never want to water it into the night, let's say past 3 o'clock, because water can actually kind of stay into that soil and keep that grass layer wet. And when that grass becomes wet going into that nighttime, that is a breeding ground for fungus, which you do not want. A lot of people with underground sprinkling think that their systems are set up adequately and they think that they don't need to really check them or audit them. That is actually not the case. Even though you do have an irrigation system running, you may not always see it run. So you want to do what's called an audit on that system, right? You want to watch that system go through all of its zones. You want to make sure that the water is covering all the areas, the edges, the corners. Also, you want to make sure that the pressure on each zone is the correct pressure. Sometimes the wrong tips are installed and you may need more pressure coming out of that irrigation head. Keep in mind this summer, if you have your lawn turning brown, it does not always mean that the lawn is dead. It could just be going dormant due to that heat and drought stress. Another thing is if you water every day, don't always expect it to be super green because again, that lawn may not be absorbing all that water, and also that water may be carrying into the night on top of that soil layer, potentially causing fungus in that lawn also. Watering can make all the difference in your lawn this summer, whether it's gonna be nice and green or dormant. Just remember these tips we talked about and you should have a successful summer. If you have questions or anything like that, please let us know below. Like, comment, subscribe for more videos and information like this. Thanks.